Good morning, everybody. 9 a.m. on this Wednesday, March 4th. Thanks for starting your morning with us. We've got a half hour left of Daybreak here on WGRZ Plus, but we've got to talk about the roads first because there are lots of backups out there, all related to the fog. Lance, what is going on right now? You've been very busy this morning.
Yeah, it's been a busy morning, Melissa. You know, we had earlier issues on the 290, on the 190 south, but now it's that 190 north portion where we were down to one lane for over an hour. That accident had just cleared literally moments ago. It was just before Smith Street. So you can see here, at least the lanes are reopened. We're moving a little better through this stretch, but the ensuing delays are still pretty heavy. So 190 north from the 90 all the way to Smith Street. You can see here at Seneca, very slow crawling along here. A ton of folks have been exiting at Clinton Street and even South Ogden to just take the secondary roads to downtown, and it really is still at this point, even though the accident's cleared, not a bad idea. This is the ramp from the 90 to the 190 north, very slow on the right portion of that area, and then it has been spilling onto the 90 west. We're under speed from William Street all the way to the 190 again. So from this camera here to where that accident was, that's still a 4-mile delay, and it's still going to take some time for things to thin out. So unfortunately, I think a lot of folks are getting to maybe their downtown jobs a little late this morning, Melissa. So still something to plan ahead for. Back over to you.
Yeah, I can't believe those residual delays have already gone all the way to the 90. And again, Lance, what are some of the workarounds that people should think about? I mean, if they're watching us right now and they need to go somewhere, hopefully it'll be cleared up by the time they need to go. But really, you should be avoiding where right now?
Yeah, so if you're going down the 90 west and you're trying to get to downtown Buffalo, you're not expecting to hit that delay. You probably think it's maybe somewhere in West Seneca or something, but it is going to the 190. So getting off at William Street, not a bad idea. And that Clinton Street exit has been very busy as well. There's been a long line getting off at Clinton. A lot of folks taking that to the Buffalo area, but also William Street, Broadway, all better options at this point still for a considerable amount of time.
Okay, and any other issues, or is that mostly at the 190 north and then the 90?
That's pretty much it in terms of volume and congestion because of that accident, but still foggy. I'm still seeing a lot of fog through actually Grand Island. It's actually gotten worse in terms of visibility through that portion, and still in the south towns as well, through Hamburg, through Blaisdell. It's still taking a little bit for that fog to lift. So that's the other main thing you want to plan ahead for. A little extra time, a little extra space between you and the person in front of you. That's always a good idea when it's foggy like this. Yeah,
good advice there. And it's hard to believe with how foggy and murky it is this morning that it's going to be 50 and sunny later today. But
I know, right?
We'll take it. All right, Lance, thanks so much for all of the info this morning, for staying on top of everything. We're lucky to have you on Daybreak, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning, hopefully with a much smoother and easier ride-in. Lance, thanks. Good. Well, switching gears now, the big story worldwide is the U.S. and Israel's war with Iran. And within the past hour, we heard from Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. Listen to what he had to say.
America is winning decisively, devastatingly, and without mercy. Under the direct command of President Trump, the War Department unleashed this operation early Saturday morning, just 4 days ago. Which means we need to remember two things. First, we are only 4 days into this. Metrics are shifting, dust is settling, and more forces are arriving. It's very early. And as President Trump has said, we will take all the time we need to make sure that we succeed. Second, we are only 4 days into this. And the results have been incredible. Historic, really. Only the United States of America could lead this, only us. But when you add the Israeli Defense Forces, a devastatingly capable force, the combination is sheer destruction for our radical Islamist Iranian adversaries. They are toast, and they know it. Or at least, soon enough, they will know it. And we have only just begun to hunt, dismantle, demoralize, destroy, and defeat their capabilities, just 4 days in. Starting last night and to be completed in a few days, in under a week, the two most powerful air forces in the world will have complete control of Iranian skies, uncontested airspace. I hope all the folks watching understand what uncontested airspace and complete control means. It means we will fly all day, all night, day and night, finding, fixing, and finishing the missiles and defense industrial base of the Iranian military, finding and fixing their leaders and their military leaders.
And that was Pete Hegseth giving a briefing this morning. Now, this is video shared by U.S. Central Command showing missiles being launched from American ships and several airstrikes. According to Iran's Red Crescent, which is an independent humanitarian organization, nearly 800 people have been killed by Israeli and American strikes, while 6 U.S. service members have died in action. President Trump warns the conflict could last weeks and there could be more American deaths. One ripple effect that we're also seeing here at home is skyrocketing gas prices already. Officials warn that they could go as high as $3.50 a gallon. The gas prices were $2.97 on average nationwide, according to AAA last week. They're up to $3.19 a gallon today. And as we keep a close watch, we're also learning more about the initiative to protect places of worship here at home. This comes as the Muslim community observes Ramadan and the Jewish community celebrates Purim. Daybreak's Natalie Foss is live in the newsroom to share more about how the Buffalo police plan to keep people safe. Good morning, Natalie.
Good morning, Melissa. As tensions rise surrounding the war in Iran, Buffalo police tell us that they'll be increasing some patrols around places of worship throughout the city of Buffalo. Acting Buffalo Police Commissioner Craig Macy says that houses of worship will see more patrols in their neighborhoods within the next few days. He said that patrols have already been added around local mosques for Ramadan and that they've been well received. Erica Brecker from the Buffalo Jewish Federation added that they always work closely with law enforcement, especially around holidays, to ensure that holiday events and gatherings are safe. Macy says that they want to ensure people of all beliefs can safely worship without fear.
People should feel free to worship as they feel in this country, and we're going to do our part to make sure those events are as safe as possible.
That conflict overseas is creating some unsettling feelings here in Western New York. You know, we're thankful that law enforcement not only has a great relationship with Jewish Buffalo, but with people of all faith backgrounds, because when we are here for each other, we're safer together.
Police tell us that these increased safety measures are precautionary, and at this time, there are no specific threats for anybody to be worried about. But Macy is encouraging any faith leaders to reach out to Buffalo Police if they have any questions or concerns. Live and on your side in the newsroom, Natalie Foss, Channel 2 News.
All right, Natalie, thank you for that. It is 9:07 now on Daybreak, and a Dunkirk man is facing charges after police say he swung a machete at people on Main Street. Police were called to the area around 8:30 Sunday night, and when officers arrived, they say 34-year-old Jonathan Gonzalez Colon was waving the weapon around and refused to drop it. They say he also spit at an officer. Gonzalez Colon was arrested and charged with reckless endangerment, disorderly conduct, and harassment. He was released on appearance tickets. Today marks 1 year since the murder of 2 beloved members of the Buffalo community. Mickey Harmon and Jordan Coletto were killed inside their home on St. Louis Place in Allentown on March 4th, 2025. The Allentown Association will hold a community gathering in their honor later at 6 p.m. It's happening at the office on College Street. Attendees will then walk to the Stonewall Nation Western New York LGBTQ History Mural, which is a project that Mickey Harmon helped to create. And a heads up if you have plans to go to the Walden Galleria in about an hour. A security lockdown is happening at 10:15. It's just a drill. It'll be conducted by mall security and Cheektowaga police in order to ensure that employees are properly trained in case of an emergency. It's expected to last about 15 minutes, so if you are at the mall, just go on shopping as usual. Well, the Buffalo Common Council is moving forward with potentially rehiring Carla Thomas to a position in city government. Thomas is the city's former human resources director. She was fired back in 2011 after more than $2 million in insurance premiums were mistakenly paid out to city employees who had died. Comptroller Barbara Miller-Williams is asking to hire Thomas as an executive assistant. That's a position that would pay almost $95,000 a year. 2 on Your Side spoke with the comptroller on the phone yesterday, and we asked if Thomas's history as a city employee was considered before she made her recommendation. And here's what the comptroller had to say.
We and I based my decision to hire all employees based on their experience, based on their skill set. And if something happened in 2010 with the $2 million, it is my understanding that that issue was resolved. I don't know.
The comptroller calls Thomas qualified and capable and believes the salary figure is appropriate for the position. Thomas's recommendation was passed along to the Civil Services Committee, and if they advance her appointment, it will go in front of the Buffalo Common Council for a final vote. All right, 34 degrees right now. We've got that little fog icon still at the bottom of the screen. Oh, and we can confirm there is fog.
Don't need an icon with this.
No.
Yeah, this is nature's icon.
Oh my goodness. Where is that? What are we looking at?
We don't know. No, I think you can make out the electric tower here. So, yeah, we still have the fog out there. That will be thinning. The sun is going to get higher in the sky and work its magic and help burn off this fog. A dense fog advisory, in fact, until 11 o'clock today. Clearing skies with lots of sun later on. It'll be mild with temperatures getting close to 50 today. And then we get closer to, we get into the mid to upper 60s this weekend. Showers arrive Thursday as we get cooler, but then warm up again for Saturday with another chance of some showers. There we go. All right. Nothing to show really on satellite and radar except there's a canopy of fog here. Looking to the west, we have some, looks like some thunder showers going on in parts of Oklahoma, southwest Missouri. That's near Springfield. And this is an area of low pressure that's going to head close to us and spread a swath of rain over us tomorrow, especially in the afternoon. There is the clearing skies we're looking for today, so it will be a nice afternoon. Tonight we'll cloud it up again. There could be a few showers in the morning, but the best chance of rain will come in the afternoon. And I will say this has been kind of a developing trend we've noticed, that an easterly push of wind may be enough so that when the rain starts and temperatures are possibly in the 30s, we could see maybe some sleet or some ice, maybe just little ice grains that hit your windshield. That's something we could see tomorrow. So that's a threat for later tomorrow night. Then it warms up even further and periods of rain take us into Thursday night with dry weather resuming on Friday. So we'll watch this. This has just been kind of easterly winds can really do a number on temperatures. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Today, very little wind, so there's very little temperature change north to south. But tomorrow, with an easterly breeze, places like Lockport, Niagara Falls, Albion, Yates could be in the upper 30s tomorrow, whereas in the southern tier, we're in the low to mid 50s. But it's that easterly wind that may help a little bit of frozen precip tomorrow, a little ice potentially at times in the afternoon when that rain comes in. It's not the best timing for that, but it's something we're going to certainly watch for. There could be a little ice again tomorrow afternoon. So there's the rain on Thursday. It moves through and it moves out, leaving us dry weather on Friday. Saturday, it really warms up. A southerly breeze kicks in and a cold front that will trigger some showers Saturday afternoon, perhaps a thunder shower, and then it moves out with cooler, drier weather, it looks like, for Sunday. Still some low visibility, especially across the southern tier. Morning clouds and fog giving way to clearing skies today. Tonight, mostly cloudy. And then tomorrow, periods of rain. Again, the steadiest rain will likely be in the afternoon and evening. Dry weather Friday, Saturday, some thunder showers potentially. We turn our clocks forward Saturday night. Sunday, we're 50, back to near 60 on Monday with a beautiful day. And then some showers later Tuesday as temperatures climb into the 60s, close to 70 degrees by the middle of next week, Melissa.
And then are you thinking upward trend or going back down?
Yeah, this is so this is the 7th. Yeah, we're kind of targeting between March 12th and 15th, where we transition back to a cooler weather pattern. Okay. And that may last a while. So yes, next week will be a week divided. Warm to start and then maybe a little cooler to finish.
Yeah, and interesting, we've got the Shamrock Run on
I know,
Saturday.
that looks
this coming Saturday, but so it looks rainy for that, right?
And now the St. Patrick's Day parades the following weekend. We are going to be tracking some, I think, cooler and unsettled weather, it looks like, for next weekend, possibly. I mean, it's Wednesday. Right. 10 days out, but that's the trend where we're going.
All right. Sounds good, Patrick. Well, it doesn't really sound good, but there's really nothing we can do about it, does it? Is there? All right, we'll be right back. We're going to talk Sabres coming up right after the break. Really special night in inside KeyBank Center last night as Sabres fans made sure to give Olympic gold medalist Tage Thompson a warm welcome home. It was the first game at KeyBank Center since the Olympic break. They didn't just honor Tage Thompson, but also Jack Eichel and Noah Hannafin as well, who played for Team USA. They were here from from Vegas last night, of course. But the story really wrote itself. Tage scored the game winner, the third goal of the game. The Sabres on a super hot streak right now, winning 4 in a row back from the Olympic break. Every seat for this game was sold out. Every seat was draped with the special towel saying TNT for Tage Nathaniel Thompson with the gold medal on it. Thompson's curtain call rattled KeyBank Center, and his goal nearly brought the building down. Everyone shouting USA and chanting it over and over after he scored. This Sabres team and their unprecedented turnaround has fans cheering, and their matchup against Vegas was no exception.
What an amazing reception from the crowd. That was a little emotional for me. Meant a lot. So thank you to all the fans and the people out there who supported us and showed up tonight.
It was unreal. I mean, even just skating out there today, you could tell there's a different vibe in the building, and it was a ton of fun to play in front.
Whether it's everybody dressed in the same color or waving towels or just the whole atmosphere felt like a playoff atmosphere.
And this was a really sweet moment. Tage was actually surprised that his mom and his wife and his 2 kids came out for the pregame ceremony, and his son helped with the puck drop. They were part of the over 19,000 people that filled the arena last night. And the Sabres now sit just 2 points behind the first place in the division. Yeah, great to see. Cool. And so we have been talking about, what is the reaction going to be like with Jack Eichel coming back here, and will he receive a warm welcome? And fans did cheer him. Then every time he touched the puck during the game, right, he was booed. But I think that's acceptable. I don't know. I mean, he still is not our favorite player in the league.
And you kind of wondered, he had to appreciate all of the hoopla yesterday, because if you're a Golden Knight player, what's your fan base like? Nobody lives in Vegas. Right. Or those, of course, people live in Vegas.
Yeah.
But those that do aren't really from there.
Yeah.
There's no history. I mean,
kind of like the Orlando Magic.
Exactly.
Who lives in Orlando, except for people who actually work at Disney?
Exactly. So you can't imagine, do they sell out their arena? Do they have this kind of bedlam when the team is doing well and supporting their Olympian? I don't know. It's just, but yeah, it was nice to see the positive treatment towards.
And how great that they won also.
And because Tage scored a goal, like you said.
Scored a goal. Yeah, and it would have been such a bummer having all this excitement.
Well,
and then have to lose.
Well, when the second period was going on, it's like, dude, just get out of this period tied.
Right.
They got close. I mean, they
were up 3-0,
and then 2 goals, like boom.
Goals.
And but then the way they looked, it's like, how did they not score another? Yeah. But they held off in the third quarter.
It's exciting to watch. Elliot had a basketball game last night, so I'm sitting on basketball, but I'm streaming the game on my phone.
Oh,
so
totally.
And I was not the only parent that was doing that.
I remember when my daughter was in cheerleading, 10 years ago, and this is when streaming television on their phone first became a thing. And one guy was able to watch a Bills game during this cheerleading, and so we all gathered around his phone. Oh yeah, go honey, Oh yeah, good. What do we got here? Oh, McCoy scored. Yeah. McCoy scored.
Don't you love the camaraderie though? I was on an airplane a couple weeks ago, and a couple months ago, and there was a Bills game, and it was one of the Bills playoff games, and only a few people could get reception for some reason with the Wi-Fi, and so the whole plane was crowded around this one guy's iPad. But everyone was feeling the same, and it was just, everyone was going to Buffalo, so everyone was a Bills fan, and so those who couldn't see were getting updates, and I just love the camaraderie of everyone just wants to be a Sabres fan or a Bills fan.
I would love to have seen that.
Yeah, that's cool. It really stunk having to be on the plane during a Bills game, but
it was a big one, I think. It was was it the playoff?
The Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not. It was a very quiet ride home after the loss. So anyway.
It is, yeah.
Oh, one more thing about Elliot. So his birthday is tomorrow, but it was this time 5 years ago. The Sabres were so bad. Maybe it was 4 years ago. We took all of his friends to a Sabres game.
In March. And
in March.
For $7
because
tickets?
the tickets were $6. You can't have a birthday party for that cheap. We just loaded a bunch of kids in the car, got them some popcorn
This was
at the
probably
game.
the year before Granado, which is when they brought in that former soccer coach. What was his name?
I don't know.
Remember that guy, that coach that came in?
But I'm
He was here for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
He had like very little hockey experience.
Yeah. Well, Elliot's turning 12 tomorrow, so it
Yeah.
must have been for like his 8th birthday.
Yeah,
or 9th
interesting.
Birthday or something.
Interesting.
So, but now I could never afford to take his friends to a
What was his
Sabres
seat
game.
last night? I mean, in the
Oh
300s.
no, he had a basketball game last night.
But I'm just saying,
Oh.
what would it have
What
cost?
would a seat
What was the
cost?
seat last night? What's the seat for
Oh
the
my gosh! Well,
games
last
this
night
weekend?
especially with
Right.
with the USA game. But yeah, we'll have to look that up. Like if you wanted to get a last minute ticket this weekend to a game, how much that'll cost?
Because they
you.
play.
They play tomorrow in Pittsburgh.
Right.
But then the 7th, they're back here, which is Saturday at like a 5:30 or 6 o'clock game.
Okay.
They're back here.
Got
So yeah, lots of games coming up, all very important.
There's
but
10 home games left, I think.
Okay. And about 20 games overall for the rest of the season. And the Sabres, before the Olympic break, we were saying coming back from the Olympic break, they need to be about 500 in order to make the playoffs. And now it's not so much even about making the playoffs, but as we discussed yesterday, it's about what seed are they going to have and who, you know, how high up will they be? I mean, I should.
And what trades might they make before the deadline, which I think is Friday, to like go for it, like make a swing? I don't know. We'll see.
Don't want to
Lots
mess
of
up a
rumors
good
out
thing
there.
right now.
I know.
All right, we'll be right back with more. Preparing for Fish Fry Friday and Kevin O'Neill at Hayes Seafood. We'll be right back. I'm sure if you watch Daybreak, you're sick of me talking about fish fries. I understand, because we talk about them all the time. But there is one place I haven't been, and Kevin O'Neill was there this morning. He was at Hayes Seafood House in Clarence. It's been around for 149 years. What a this family business. We got to find out what they did that made them so successful, besides having just really good fresh fish. But anyway, apparently they have a good fish fry also, and that's where Kevin O'Neill was this morning.
You see the fish fry map on WGRZ.com. People doing some soul searching around Western New York, but this place has been in business for 149 years. Two of the three owners are here. We have Jack and Nick. Nice to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you.
What's this time of year like for you guys?
It's very busy this time of the year. You know, fish fries are very popular here in Buffalo, and we're the best place for them.
There you go.
You know, people come here for them.
Why would you guys be better than other places?
Freshest fish here in Buffalo. We've been doing it for a very long time, so we just know how to do it the right way.
Yeah, you guys are your own wholesaler too, so there's not an extra step of transportation. The fish come practically right off the boat.
Yeah.
Again, to talk about this, the history. You have a lot of history in the business, and it's still family run.
Still family, four generations. It's great. Hopefully 5 sometime in the future.
You and your lovely wife Miranda, along with Jack, running the place. A lot of pressure. People know the Hayes brand.
Oh, for sure. Tons of pressure. A lot of hard work. You got to be on top of your game with seafood. Split second can ruin a day.
Yeah, that's true. And you guys, when's your busiest day?
Oh, Fridays for sure.
But when your deliveries come in tomorrow, though?
Oh, yeah, we get them Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that's a full day of processing, inspecting, sorting. It's
from all over the world.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And beyond the Lent season, you guys have fish fries all year long.
Yeah, fish fries all year long. It's been a staple for our business for so long, so we're very good at it, and we do some all year long. So.
But the toughest question I'll ask you: what's your favorite thing on the menu?
That is a tough question.
Favorite. Nick, you're getting the same question. Yeah.
I mean, our fish fries are a classic, but we have different specials that we bring in every week that are awesome too. So.
Yeah, good point. All right, favorite thing on the menu? Anything?
Scallops.
Oh, fantastic.
I love scallops. Our scallops are dry, natural, beautiful. Great for frying, searing, wrap them in bacon. Whatever.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, great. And again, you talk about, you can walk out obviously with fresh fish. They're a store, they're a restaurant as well, and a wholesaler for some other restaurants get their fish from Hayes as well. The website is hayesseafoodhouse.com. On your side in beautiful scenic Clarence. I'm Kevin O'Neill, Channel 2 News.
Wrapped in bacon? Well, come on.
Yeah, anything wrapped in bacon is
Cough
good.
syrup tastes good wrapped in bacon.
I love, though, that you can go in and be like, what is the best fish you have today?
Right.
And these guys are going to know what they're talking about. And they're also going to tell you how to cook things, too. Like, I love going into, like, a butcher shop and be like,
yeah.
how am I supposed to cook this? And they can tell you exactly
I remember with scallops, the butcher going like 30 seconds aside. I'm like, what? That's it? They're like, yes, in butter, but you don't want to overcook them.
Ahi tuna, that's my favorite also because it's also not fishy. I like fish that aren't fishy. But that one is like, you want it almost as rare as, like you can eat it rare with sushi, but if they are gonna cook it, it just has to be seared and then like really, really red. But swordfish also, I love that. It's like steaky and not fishy. But you like salmon, huh?
Yeah, salmon isn't, if you just, I love salmon.
Yeah.
Like I noticed the salmon that they had on the grill, it didn't look like it was seasoned. You gotta get some kind of season on there.
Yeah.
And if you can cook it, you gotta.
We could do like the Bubba Grump shrimp thing with salmon, right?
Yeah, exactly. Fish, yeah, exactly. There's many different ways to do it, but I love it blackened, and trust me, it's not, you said you don't like fish that's too fishy. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That's not the case with salmon.
Just has to be good, so go to Hayes Seafood. They didn't pay for this, by the way, but go to Hayes Seafood and get your salmon because it'll taste good. Anyway, that's it. I got Milton laughing in my ear right now. See you later, everybody.